Hi, my name is Doug. Today we're going to install the Wanderfin on a boat. What you're going to need, some basic things: a hand drill with a 5/16 bit, a couple of C-clamps, a 1/2-inch wrench, 3/16 Allen, a soft hammer of some sort to tap on the fin, and a tape measure. What we're going to start with, take your nylon spacers and set them on your drive. They don't have to line up with the holes. Set the fin in place. I have this small block of wood just to keep from scratching. Put a clamp on both sides of the Wanderfin. You want it just snug. You don't want the fin to move around on you, but you want to be able to tap it so you can line it up. And once again, we want to check our measurements and have the measurements equal on both sides from the center of the drive. If it's off at all, use your round to just tap it over to where you need it. And at that point, when we're satisfied that the measurement on both sides is equal, we'll drill our first hole. At that point, install one bolt. This is going to be our pivot bolt that we can take our measurements from. And we want to get this bolt just snug. It doesn't have to be tight, just snug enough to hold the fin in place while we make the rest of our measurements. Okay. With that bolt snug enough to hold the fin, pull off your C-clamps. So we'll leave one on the right side. And what we're going to do now is measure for the front holes. So we want to verify the distance from the center of the drive to each hole in the front is identical. After we're certain the holes are in the right place, go ahead and drill your second back hole. And this is just for spacing. At this point, we know the fin is correctly installed, the measurements all line up. Now we're just going to drill all the holes. We're certain that all the holes are lined up the way we want them. We drop the second bolt in just to hold things in place while we drill the remaining holes. Now, unless you've got a very long bit, you want to take a piece of tape or something to protect this piece of your drive, because as the bit goes through, the chuck will catch it and tear your paint off. At that point, we're all set. We need to remove the drive. We're going to remove the fin from the drive itself and put the nylon spacers in place. Now we want the bolts to come through the nylon spacers. The rounded part of the bolt goes to the bottom. And one flat washer, and one nut. Just make sure that your nylon spacers now do line up. Okay, we tighten up these bolts and we're done. Before we tighten this up, let's address something else. If for some reason your measurements are off and the fin is on the boat crooked, you'll notice that it'll want to pull to one side at speed. When you're at cruising speed, the boat should go in a perfectly straight line. If it does not, it means your fin is on crooked. The best way to deal with this is to not drill or slot your drive, but to keep one bolt hole exactly the same and drill the other 3 holes larger. We can use this bolt to pivot off of, and it will give us some adjustment. So the fin installation is complete. The bolts are snug. They don't have to be super tight. I put them at about 20 pounds, I believe. Everything should be snug and tight. Everything should be nice and square. And once again, if there's a problem and you put your boat in the water and it pulls a particular direction, it's because the fin is not on straight. The easiest cure is to pull the fin, drill 3 holes larger so you have some adjustment. Put it on the boat, square it up, tighten it back down. Sometimes it takes a little adjusting, and you should be fine.